back to my channel. Today I'm gonna do a mom tag video. So 2 months ago I had my first baby, and I'm going to answer 20 questions about being a mom. First question: how old were you when you had your first child? I had my first child just 2 months ago, so I'm 28, and I turned 28 last January, which is this year. Number 2: what was the hardest thing about being pregnant for 9 months? A lot. It's like pregnancy is not really for me. I was just dizzy all the time. Like, I couldn't even drive. My work was only like 2 to 3 minutes away, and I would be like dizzy. And even if I'm not driving, so driving is a lot better than actually like just riding. So when someone else is driving, I feel like even worse. So yeah, driving was the hardest part. Eating as well. So in the beginning, I wasn't really eating. Like, I couldn't eat for some reason. And then after that, I could eat, but then I was struggling because my tummy was already like really big, and I felt like it was just like there's not room left for me because the baby was just occupying my entire body and system. And another one is sex. Yeah. So like they said that hormones like really does change your body a lot. Some girls like it, some girls don't, and I was the don't. I belong I belong to the don't people. So yeah, I didn't really enjoy it. I don't know, like I was okay in the beginning, but then towards the end I was just like no. And also being pregnant during the pandemic, probably I would say the hardest. Third question: can you think of any good things you enjoyed during those 9 months? I think that I enjoyed the most is like the baby kicking. Yeah, the baby kicking, and just the idea of like me becoming a mom. That was like very exciting for me, and preparing for the outfits. We didn't buy anything else other than like bassinet clothes. Very minimal, because we also know that it is still pandemic, and we know that we're not really gonna go anywhere. So I didn't really go crazy when it comes to outfits. In your opinion, this is fourth question, in your opinion, were all the things you heard about childbirth accurate or way off? I've heard so many different stories about childbirth. I think I was kind of just watching a lot of live videos because I know it was, you see it, right? Because you don't really know what other people's experiences are. They can tell you what their experiences are, but it's different when you're actually in that situation. So they can say they were okay, but to what's okay to them, it's probably not the same to you, right? Like, what's your tolerance when it comes to pain? So it's different. So yeah, I mean, good and bad. I would say just be open-minded. Don't be too focused on, like, for example, like a normal delivery versus a C-section. I was pretty open-minded there in the beginning or during my pregnancy, but then things happen. Like, you really don't know what can happen to you or how your body is gonna react at that moment. Fifth question: would you have handled childbirth differently if you could redo it? No, I would not. I remember praying to not have a surgery, but I knew at that moment that that was not the right prayer, because at that moment I was being transactional. I knew that nothing was going to change. And it was hard. Probably make a different video about my experience. Actually, I'm already like healed. Like I couldn't even tell I have a cut. So it's like almost faded. Number 6, what would be your advice for someone who is about to have a baby? Enjoy every moment and get all the support you can get from anyone, from everyone, from your families, from friends. You know, if you don't know anyone nearby, make sure you are calling people, you are video chatting or texting, whatever, anything, calling, because you need all the support and a lot of praying as well. You know, make sure you are taking that time as well to kind of like hear yourself, you know, because I know when you become pregnant, you become busy, and especially if you have a lot of families with you, and you'll hear a lot of different stories and different advices. So make sure that you are listening to yourself as well and listening to your body. That's very important. And be healthy. Okay. All right. So what would be your advice for someone who is about to have a baby?
Don't.
I thought you were serious. No.
It's funny because she's crying. And I just look up like, don't. I think she's hungry.
Is that your answer, love?
No.
Okay.
Are you actually filming?
Yeah.
So my one advice would be, look, people have been having these things for millions and millions of years or something, right?
Yeah.
Like, you know, no one's the perfect parent. Everyone makes mistakes. So you just do your best. It's not that hard. It's not that crazy. Yeah, that's all.
Okay. It's not really the hardest
No.
thing I've ever done in my life.
No, it's not.
It's time consuming.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yes. You know, like your
It's
time.
rewarding because look at it. She's so cute.
No, it's like your time is not yours anymore, pretty much.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Hi.
But no, you're not stuck or anything. Okay, that's it.
Oh no, she hates kiss.
Don't read too much as well, and just rely on it, because at the end of the day, you want to be able to, you know, give what you feel as well, and not just based on what you've read somewhere or what other people told you, right? So have an open mind. You know, different cultures raise differently as well. So like for me, so I'm from the Philippines and my husband is from the US, so it's like, you know, the Filipino way and then the American way. So like in the Philippines, we sleep with the baby. It's very normal. We don't really I don't know, I've not heard of like the sudden death kind of thing, but I know it's very, very common here in the US. So even at the hospital, they were telling me not to sleep with a baby, and I was doing it for 2 weeks while recovering, and it was very hard because I was like pretty much sleeping on a massage chair with the baby, because you know, it was also hard for me to get in bed. But it was not, you know, I gave it 2 weeks and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna also try the Filipino way. Like I've tried the American way and I was struggling, so I am trying it the Filipino way, which is just sleeping with a baby, and just do it safely, you know. And for me, like I think my sleeping has changed a lot. So and even before, like I wasn't really a super, like, you know, like little things can wake me up. Like I wasn't really like a heavy sleeper. So I've tried that, and then now we started putting her in the bassinet as well. So pretty much mix it a lot. So some days she sleeps with me, some days she don't. So it's not like we're just like strictly doing something like that way, you know, like whatever makes you and your partner comfortable at that moment, and whatever makes it easy for you guys as well, because it can be hard, you know. If you wanna, like me, if I want to sleep more, then maybe I'll sleep with the baby, right? So if I need sleep, and if not so much, then I'll put her in the bassinet or something. So yeah, be flexible. Number 7, what has been the hardest thing about being a mom? I think the hardest part for me is, I guess, just like not knowing, especially in the beginning. Like, I'm the youngest, right? So, and I've never really been with people who have raised babies. Like, I've been with my sister for a few days, well, when she had a baby, and I don't even remember anything. That was like 10, I don't know, 8 or 10 years ago, right? So I don't remember a thing. And part of me is kind of hoping, like, I wish I've seen someone like raise a baby, so I can kind of have like a basic rule or something that I can follow, other than reading, right, or what other people tells me. So no, I didn't. That was the hardest part. Like, even the first day that, when I was holding my baby and like breastfeeding, and I didn't even know like what position. So yeah, I think that was very frustrating for me. And I'm lucky I don't have to worry about other stuff like finances and money or something, because that would be, imagine like having all that worries and the recovery and pain and everything, and then still having to worry about money, right? Or like paying the bills for your babies, because it's not, it can be expensive too, depending on where you are. Number 8, what has been the most rewarding thing about being a mom? The most rewarding is pretty much just feeling that feeling of like, I'm all about feelings. It's the mom feeling, So it's just like, oh, I'm a mom, and like, wow, I can't believe I'm a mom. It's like, it's like success. I don't know, like you've made it, right? And it's like, that's the hardest thing in life. It's like going through all of that, from the pregnancy until the delivery, and then when you have the newborn. Yeah, that. And then recently it's like kissing your baby and hugging your baby, and the smiling. So as soon as she starts smiling or laughing, that's like the most rewarding. My 2 months old, she's already like smiling, and like not like laughing so much yet, but like she would laugh for like a second or something, and it's the funniest thing ever. I remember her first smile is like, we were sleeping together, and you're tired, you're very new at it, and my body was recovering. I was in pain, and the first time so I was like, we were sleeping together, and she was next to me, and I had my back on her, so I was on my side, and she was like kind of talking and moving, so I like looked at her, and she gave me that smile. That pretty much woke me up, and I just like, that was like the happiest moment of my life. Number 9, what was the most surprising thing you discovered about being a mom? The surprising thing, I'm actually more surprised that it is possible to sleep. I guess with my baby, she lets me sleep, especially if she's next to me. Like lately she's been sleeping maybe 6-7 hours, some nights, not all the time. There's a lot of surprising things, like loving your baby. I think loving your baby takes a little time. It doesn't happen like right away. Like, I mean, it's a different kind of love, and in that love, it just develops, I guess, into, I don't know. It's, if you're a mom, you know what I mean. But for me, like, I don't know. It took maybe a few weeks, because it's like, oh, who's this little baby? Like, it's a stranger. I'm supposed to love this little stranger. But yeah, that. And they say that you become selfless. Yeah, I think so. I mean, if you love someone anyway, it's not just to a baby, right? Like, you should be selfless in a way to everyone. right? So not just to your baby. They say like you would stop caring about yourself, and that, you know, it's all about your baby and what your baby needs or wants. Like, you know, if someone asks you what you want, you would say, oh well, you know, I'm okay, just give it to my baby. Like, I don't really agree, because I believe that I matter too, like taking care of myself as well, and me and my partner. So it's not just the baby. So that's because there's a lot of parents that when they have the baby, their attention becomes just the baby and nothing else, not themselves, not their partners, or no one else, right? To me, you should take care of yourself. You know, if that's, I guess that's why, well, I mean, for someone responsible like me or other people, like, you wouldn't have a baby, right, unless you are ready. So that's why I can say that, because, you know, I have to say, like, if I can give this to my baby, I should be able to give something to myself too. Like, if I can buy my baby some clothes, then I should be able to buy myself some clothes. It's not just like, oh yeah, I'm not gonna buy anything for myself because everything's gonna be for my baby. No, it has to be like, you know, I have to take care of myself, my like mentally, physically, like everything. So I guess that's me. That's how I do me. So yeah, make sure that you are not just taking care of a baby, because, you know, it's very important to take care of yourself. And how are you gonna take care of the baby if you're unhappy? You know, like, I can give my baby the fullest love and attention if I am happy. And happy to me, it can mean like, you know, physically or mentally. You know, I have to be mentally okay, and then physically, you know, like your appearance. So well, appearance though is like, for me, it's like I have to look presentable for myself, not for other people, and that makes me happy, because I feel like, okay, I'm accomplished, like I feel better. So yeah. Okay, number 10. What is the best memory you have involving your child? These days, I think the best one, or the best memory, I think the smiles. Yeah, and just holding these days, because I know they said that it's not gonna be forever. She's not gonna be tiny forever. So like when I am breastfeeding, I try to, like, I always enjoy it, or try to enjoy it, and focus on it. So like, I'll try not to do other things while I'm breastfeeding, so I make sure that I'm looking at her and, you know, like, admiring her and all that. Number 11. What was the most exciting milestone? It's definitely that smile, I believe. I mean, it's just only 2 months really, so there's not really a lot. Number 12. What is the worst thing your child has ever done? The worst thing. She didn't do it purposely, so we had something happened early this week when like, that was very scary. She was like choking and vomiting, so we had to call 911. So like, even the outfit she was wearing that day, like, I saw it when I was folding today, and I was like, she's not gonna be wearing that outfit soon, because I feel like, I don't know, I remember that, I'm just remembering that still. So yeah, it's very scary. 13. What habit did you wish your child didn't have? Not yet. I'm still loving her neediness, and probably encouraging it sometimes, but not on purpose. So yeah. What habit of theirs makes you most proud of, or most proud? I hope she continued to be a cutie. That's it. I mean, eventually, I know I want her to be her, like, be you, you know. I'm gonna tell her, you be you. Yeah, I'm just gonna encourage her, and love God and other people. Number 15. Do you share any similarities with your child? Maybe a little, just a little. I got some, Charles got some, so it's like a 50-50. So both the looks and the personality, I guess. Well, I mean, it's hard to tell, right? Number 17, what is something that having a child has taught you? That she shouldn't just be my everything. Yeah. Because I think before I didn't really know what it feels like to have a child, because I didn't know if that's gonna be your life forever kind of thing. But not really. It's actually different. Like, I realized that you can actually still do a lot of things and have a baby at the same time. So it's not like you're stuck or something. So that's what I learned. Did you imagine that you'd be a mom at the age that you became a mom? No. But part of me has been kind of imagining it. Number 19, describe your child in a single sentence. I would say a wonderful journey that I would cherish forever. Number 20, how have you changed as a person since becoming a mom? I think I'm more empathetic towards other babies and other moms, knowing that I have experienced it myself and I know how they feel and I have been there. So yeah, I think that's it. We did it. Yeah, feel free to do the mom tag as well. I'm gonna put the questions below. So if you're a mom and you would like to do it, then feel free to do it and let me know. Baboosh! Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel.